So I noticed that there's a Steam achievement for unlocking all the palettes for each character. One for each character. So I guess that'll let us know how many there are. I feel like it's probably 8 or 10 per character. The laser is really anti-scoring. Have you played this yet, Beth? Did you see we unlocked Blue Hair Annie yesterday? I really didn't see the lolly aspect of Annie until I saw her blue hair palette, and I was like, oh, now I get why Beth likes this. What do you mean, not yet? Yes, you did the easy mode sit grab. You haven't played hard yet? Hang on 1 second. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm streaming right now.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Take it easy, enjoy your party.
Yep. We'll see you later on.
Yep. My mic wasn't muted for that, was it? I think I must have missed the button. Oh, you didn't see the new palette yet? Yeah, the air stage is an odd one. Again, you want to use your lasso a lot there. I think lasso was already kind of OP. Well, not really, actually, but I do think they made it OP in this version. It also kind of seems easier to aim, but maybe I just got better at it. Ooh, shotgun. Alright, so we're doing this for Purple Clint. So I guess we'll use Purple Clint on hard mode. There are a lot of palettes to unlock. You really have to play through the game a lot of times. Timing of those, I think it's easier to dodge roll in this version. Not that it's bad to dodge roll in SNES. I just think maybe the tracking doesn't keep up with you as well in this version or something like that. No 200k. I'm gonna save Canyon. And I'll do... let's do the score route, actually. Which means Canyon is first. if you are holding A when the stage starts, you don't come into the stage firing. You have to release the button again and press it again. A little bit sloppy on the programming there. Gotta kind of wait till you can see the background before you press the A button, or the shot button. See, the lasso robots, well, actually I was a little bit slow there, but I could have killed it before it fired a lasso. I got one off. See if I can get this one. Not quite. I'm definitely not going to get that one. But yeah, they have less HP now. Definitely makes the screen easier. I think what they should have done is divided the game into two modes. Original and Arrange. And Original just had all three difficulties with the original stages. And then Arrange would have the three difficulties with the new stages. They weren't really thinking about how to sell this to shooting game players, of course, so wouldn't matter. They probably see it as a way to incentivize playing hard. There are achievements for 1cc'ing though, on each difficulty. Whoa, how did I miss that bullet? Alright, money bag. So hard to get with the regular gun. I've never tried lassoing the money bag. I wonder if that's possible. You can lasso the tank in this version, which makes me wonder if I was pretty sure I had tried that and the answer was no on Super Nintendo, but now I need to go back and retry. Okay, that was not a good lasso. It slowed down the flames and made it so that I couldn't dodge through. 2, 3. So I think the flame doesn't do the up and down movement in this version. One of those attacks that they simplified. Alright, see the flame's high, so this lasso will help me out. Alright, what's the roll to P guns? One, 2, 3. The timing of the mortars is a little bit more irregular as well. Throws me off. Alright, so next would be Ammo Depot and the traditional score route. See, I messed up the timing of that. Makes it totally irrelevant. Almost late on him. I think there's fewer guys that come out of the windows. Wow, we're in a real B streak here. Just gonna keep the machine gun here. Don't think it would have made a difference, really. One lasso and a special weapon is enough to kill that guy in this version. Can you lasso these tanks? Never tried that before. STG stand for Supremely Testicled Gentleman? No, that would be sexist. Stands for suspicious testosterone growth. That's more PC. Whoa, what's this? Alright, Vulcan's just about ready to go. Not forget to soften him up. Wasn't really possible. Got more micromanagement. What's up, Life Finds a Way? I saw you playing some Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Abe's Exodus, whatever. Ah, shoot. Spilled a tiny bit of my drink. Just enough, but I want a paper towel. Super Mario Odyssey really felt like it was supposed to be the final Mario game. I feel like that's the last really classic Mario that we're gonna see. Just something about it felt like a send-off. I guess because I don't know, the wedding theme is part of it. I mean, Odyssey is pretty banjo-like, so yeah, it makes sense. Not to pigeonhole you here, if you're not a pigeon fan, but I like Odyssey a lot. I thought it was really great. I haven't made it through a full replay of it, though. I always get to, like, the jungle world and then take a break. It kind of is, it does take kind of a while to get through. It's the one thing I liked about, like, Super Mario 64. One of the really great things about it that I feel is underappreciated is that you move through that game really quickly. Like, you don't need to dick around in the worlds for very long. You know, you do one or two stars here and there. Maybe one of the worlds you get all the stars, and then like, you can kind of pretty quickly progress through the game. See all the stages and do things in whatever order you want to. Whereas like Odyssey is, in particular, is very like you're gonna do things in this order. And you're not even able to see everything in the stages until you do. I think Galaxy is maybe in between the two. Where Galaxy just in general moves at a faster pace, but also it does kind of force you through a linear sequence of 10 or 15 levels before it really opens up. Galaxy was my favorite. I really like the three-dimensional physics model that they used in that game with all the point-style gravity or vector field-style gravity. It's a really interesting game to move around in that really doesn't have any comparison. It's yeah, the movement in Odyssey is really good. And it does, again, not to get the pigeons out, but it does remind me of like the most Sonic like movement that you're gonna get in a Mario game. I thought it was like, you know, it definitely doesn't feel like a Sonic game by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, it does just give you a more nimble feeling to Mario. Different way of sort of beating through the environments and like being input heavy, basically, which I think Super Mario 64 is as well. It's one of the things I like about it. One of the things I don't like about Sunshine is I think it's input light. Like you're holding buttons a lot of the time. You never beat Galaxy, really. Yeah, Galaxy's something different. People like to do their own groupings of the Mario series, and they'll say like, oh, you know, there's the open world ones, which are 64, Sunshine, and Odyssey, and then there's the linear ones, which are Galaxy, Galaxy 2, 3D Land, and 3D World. I don't really agree with that grouping. I think Galaxy belongs in its own group. Like Galaxy 2, I think fits in more with 3D World and 3D Land, although I still don't think it really does fit in with them. But Galaxy 1 is its own thing. Because instead of that really buttony style of movement that you get from like Odyssey, like what makes Odyssey's movement feel really good, you have more of like long planned movements where you kind of use the gravity of different surfaces to make precise jumps. I mean, maybe it doesn't lend itself to speed running and shortcuts as well. I really don't know. But it's just, there's not any other game that really compares to it. Plays that way. And Galaxy 2 doesn't either, because Galaxy 2 pretty much goes entirely back to your standard one-dimensional gravity field. Walking around the planets, yeah. It was pretty mind-blowing at the time. I mean, Galaxy is long, but Galaxy 2 is very, very long. Galaxy 2 takes like 100 hours to complete. I think Odyssey 2... Oh, yeah, Galaxy 2. Yeah, that's too long. Galaxy 2 with the green stars is too long. You should play Galaxy 1 because it's totally different than Galaxy 2. Also, the thing about doing the green star quest in Galaxy 2 is that there's so many loading screens that you have to sit through. Like, it'll take 30 seconds to get a green star, and then you'll have to wait through 60 seconds of loading to get back to the world map, and then another 60 seconds of loading to get into the next stage, so it gets kind of tiresome. Yeah, I know, it's funny about, like, not getting DLC, because I do think that, like, it's very likely that we will get an Odyssey 2, because of the level of success and acclaim of the game. But, like, I was watching some of your stream last night and thinking, like, you never take control of the rabbits in the game. Like, generally, if there's something that you can take control of, or a character, it's wearing a hat, you can knock the hat off of it and take control of it. And the rabbits are all wearing hats, and you never get to take control of one of them. And that seems like it'd be really obvious DLC type content. You know, have a couple worlds based around that. Not that I like those characters. I think they're hideous, but that's what they went with. An entire world where you play as Bowser. That'd be a lot of fun. That was like... Odyssey definitely did a really good... Like, it's a very creative game, which is one of the things that's so charming about it. Like, it just... Even in... I don't know, I was probably like 30 when I played it, or when that came out. Or maybe not quite 30. But... like, even at that point in my life, playing as many games as I had, that game still managed to surprise me at times and really make me smile. Stuff like when you get to control Bowser at the end is the perfect example, where it's like, I didn't really think about controlling Bowser anytime earlier in the game, but like, as we approach this fight, or as we approach this moment, like, I start to realize that it's going to happen, and it's like, yes, this is the perfect way to end this game. Like, this is exactly how to end a Mario game about taking over other characters. And it's like, the game, I guess it's also really great fan service at the same time as being its own thing. Like the Donkey Kong level, or the musical sequence. Really good. Like, that's why I say it has a sense of finality too, like, because it's kind of like tying back to the origins of the series. I think like some of the 2D content and taking over Bowser at the end, like, sort of feels like it's going all the way back to the roots of the series and sort of wrapping it up. 22 or 23 and felt like a kid. Yeah, it was, did an amazing job of capturing that. No, you can hang on to the dynamite for as long as you want. But you do throw it with the shoot button, so... And practically speaking, you can't hold it for too long. But yeah, there's no risk of it blowing up in your hand. And you also have to be somewhat aware that you also do the melee strike with the shoot button when you're in range of an enemy that can be hit with a gun. And if you have dynamite in your hand, you won't do the melee strike, you'll throw the dynamite instead. And usually you can transition safely into a melee strike, but you just gotta be a little bit careful about that, because there are a couple places, in particular on the final boss, where there's dynamite and melee enemies in the same place. But yeah, generally dynamite is a lot safer than you might think. You know, I don't know what kind of childhood you had, but I was encouraged to stay away from dynamite and not touch it. But here, a lot of times you might just want to head straight for the dynamite. There are a lot of invincibility frames when throwing it, and also when picking it up. And yeah, there's no threat that it'll blow up in your hands. You get a pretty long warning when it's about to blow up on the ground. The blue flashing. Alright, almost done. I think another strength of Odyssey is that it gets better as it goes. I think the later worlds are the best part of the game. And it's not like the beginning is bad, but it sort of starts you out with kind of a basic formula, and then it really does build on it for the full length of the game. Like, the T-Rex in that first world is cute, but that's nowhere near as interesting as where things are going. It's kind of a gimmick to get you going, get you started. Whereas, I think that some of the other games in the series cannot say that. Like Sunshine, for instance. A lot of people say, oh, Sunshine, it's so underrated, you know, it was way better than people say, you know, that game doesn't get its due. It's like, are you sure? Are you sure you finished it? Because it does not get better as it goes on. Like, it starts strong, it definitely starts strong, but, doesn't end strong. 64, yeah, for me it's a tough pick between 64 and Galaxy. I think 64 is by far the most interesting and the most significant history of 3D games. You know, pioneering with its approach to the camera and analog control and movement in the 3D space. Does things in a much more complex way than games that come much later do. It's much more involved with the direct interaction with the geometry of the world, rather than having a representational world and more contextual interactions. No, Sunshine is the one that falls apart, like, after 30 shines or so. It just is garbage the rest of the way. Like, it's like an unfinished game. Again, like, the first 30 shines are really fun, but like Mario 64, Galaxy, Odyssey are great all the way through the end. And like I said, get better as they go. For the most part, yeah, don't bother finishing Sunshine. Is one I went back to many years later and kind of didn't really ruin my memories of it, because it wasn't a game that I had any really strong nostalgia for as a kid or anything, but it definitely lowered my opinion of it, finishing the game. I was not, I was like, let's see, 13, 13 or 14 when that game came out, around that age. And that was not a Mario period for me. I wasn't really into games that didn't have swords or guns. The giant squid boss of the bay, yeah, I think that's where a lot of people stop, which is pretty early. Enemies dying with the ho-ho sounds exactly like the boss from Esperade that spawns in heads. I haven't played Esperade that much, so I don't remember, but next time I play it, I will listen for wild gun sounds. Also, those are really nice Vulcan timing. Check that out. Yeah, Mario violently rips his own... No, yeah, he doesn't rip his own appendages off, although... I guess that'd be more of a block thing, but yeah, he does violently rip the squid's, sorry, not squitch, the squid's appendages. Yeah, the killing the squid is pretty, graphic, you know. That's why it was an M-rated game. They changed the blood to, like, all black and, orange and slime colors and stuff. Originally, that was all red blood. Okay, I'll serve Blue Annie. That was a really terrible score, even for easy mode.